Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Football Stooges. It is officially week 2 of the NFL playoffs. We're in the divisional round. Sorry for our delayed episode that came out for those on YouTube. We had some issues with the editing with it, and YouTube was giving us fits. So sorry that came out late, kind of past everything that was happening. But I am happy that we're able to still get it to you. I'm happy that we actually have everyone back today. We are a full 3-man squad now. We're finally back in working order. Mamba had to go out, being the Bears fan that he is, and celebrate the Bears being the first overall pick with a cruise, and decided to catch, some kind of wild tropical disease wherever he was. So without further ado, Mamba's back.
Yes. I had the flu for a hot week. It was a mess.
Yeah.
But we won the Tank Bowl. We won the Tank Bowl, and that's what matters the most. All right.
It does.
We love Lovey Smith. Lovey Smith's the best. All right.
Davis Mills, Lovey Smith, man. That was a big help. And speaking of big help, a team and a fan base that's going to need a lot of help this weekend, Mastodon and the Eagles. Down goes the Yingling once again.
Who did they play this weekend?
Giants. They're gonna be playing the Giants.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
We got
So happy.
We have a lot to get forward to, a lot to cover, a lot to talk about, and some things actually outside of the playoffs. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look into that. But again, I'm glad everyone is back. And I'm glad to have everyone ready to go. We've also talked about.
It's just me that was missing. Okay.
Well, true. But I'm also alluding to we're getting we're talking about possibly adding a third person to the roster. Or sorry, fourth. Apologies. Fourth. I don't count myself. You guys are the important ones. I don't count myself. Apologies. But adding another person to the roster to kind of level things out. So we'll keep you updated about that. As things develop, as we're looking at different candidates and people that can honestly just show up. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to everything that's going on, starting off with the playoff picture above us. We'll get into the nitty-gritty stats and details, but just to give you an overview about what happened, this is the current playoff bracket behind me. As you can see, we'll start in the top. The Jags shocked the Chargers, even though it was in Jacksonville. They ended up coming back, a huge, major comeback they had, and now we'll play the Chiefs. The Bengals won a close one at home against the Ravens, and they will now play the Bills, who were able to beat a Tua-less Miami Dolphins team.
Barely.
In a very close game as well.
That was close.
All the AFC games were close, and the Bengals and Bills should not have been close. But hey, it is what it is. Speaking of games that were close, on the flip side of that, Tom Brady got blown out of the fucking water by a team that couldn't hit an extra point, the Dallas Cowboys. They move on to play the San Francisco 49ers, who played a pretty good game. They ended up winning by a bit. Not too much, not too little, but they beat the Seahawks, who no one expected to get there. So hats off to the Seahawks for a good season. And then, surprisingly enough, Kirk Cousins decided to lay a damn egg, and the New York Giants are now in the second round of the playoffs playing the Eagles. An NFC East matchup. 3 NFC East teams are now in the second round of the playoffs, which, I don't know, have 3 teams from the same division gotten to the divisional round ever before? I feel like the AFC North might have done it.
Oh yeah, because you got the Cowboys. Eagles,
I think it was 2005.
Giants.
No, I think it was 2005. Carson Palmer's MVP caliber season, which was taken from him because no one pays respect to the Bengals.
I'm actually looking it up.
Bengals were the number 1 seed. The Steelers won their wildcard game and played them, and then I think the Ravens were also in the playoffs. And the Ravens, that was like the Purple Rain Ravens with like Ed Reed.
No, you said 2005, 2006 playoffs?
2004, 2005, I think.
Okay.
Bengals were the number 1 seed. Or at least they had a bye, because back then number 1 and 2 got buys because there were only 7 teams. Or 6, not 7 teams.
So 2004, 2005?
I know the Bengals were a number 1 seed, and that's the year that Carson Palmer got injured.
Not 2004, 2005.
All I remember is Carson Palmer got. I watched the game. Carson Palmer got hurt. His knee got rolled up on, tore his ACL. Let me see here.
I couldn't tell you.
We're taking a detour here to start
I'd
off.
be,
Yeah,
I'd be the wrong person to
2000,
ask.
2004, 2005, Cincinnati was not in the playoffs, but 2005, 2006, Cincinnati was the number 3 seed.
They've been the number 1 seed when this happened.
Because 2004, 2005 was when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl.
I just can't wait for the day when the Bears just make it back into the playoffs and actually be relevant, like somewhat, not just what and out during super wild card week.
It was a wild card game. It was a wild card game. That's
Yeah.
the Bengals. The Bengals ended up losing because, Steelers lineman Kimo von Ohlenhoffen, who eventually became an Eagle, hit Bengals Carson Palmer in the knee, and then as he was, Palmer had already thrown it. Kimo was down at his knee, and then rolled into his knee, grabbed his ankle, and twisted up and cranked it. And so I never forgive Steelers fans or players for that. So anyway, let's get into the scores of the games. Starting off, we'll take a look at the 49ers Seahawks, which was the first game played. Again, there were 2 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday, 1 game Monday, and this was one of the first games on Saturday. San Francisco 49ers win their playoff matchup against the Seattle Seahawks 41-23. Not a great game from Brock Purdy as far as completion and attempts, but he did shape up toward the latter half of the game. I was actually watching the game.
He's a rookie, dude.
Well,
like,
no, I know.
I
know. Listen, regardless, regardless if he's a rookie or not, if you can't get it done in the playoffs, it's not good for your team. I was watching the game early with Macedon. It didn't look good for Brock Purdy to start. A lot of errant passes, but he did shape it up. He finished 18 for 30 for 332 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 sack. Geno Smith, in their hand, 25 for 35, 253, 7.2 yards, averaged 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 3 sacks, and also ran for 28 yards on 4 carries. McCaffrey was the key here, and the run game for the Niners, McCaffrey, 119 yards and 15 carries for a 7.9 average. Debo also ran for 32 yards and 5 carries. This Niners run game looks disgusting. They're pulling Kittle around the edges to crack back on D ends. They're using Juszczyk as the Swiss Army knife that he is. So that's a dangerous aspect of their game. And then in the pass, it was DK Metcalf with 136 yards for the Seattle Seahawks. Next closest on their team was Cade Johnson with 39 yards. DK also racked in 2 touchdowns, a great performance from him. The other side of the ball, Deebo Samuel, 133 yards receiving on 6 receptions and 1 touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, 73 yards on 3 receptions, and Juan Jennings, 41 yards on 2 receptions. So a lot more spreading the ball around for San Francisco than Seattle. But again, Seattle does not have that many weapons. They also only got 63 yards on the ground with Kenneth Walker. That San Francisco defense really shutting him down. Thoughts on this game, gentlemen?
Go ahead, Mamba.
First thing first, you saying Brock Purdy at the beginning looking shaky. Like, no shit, he's going to look shaky, all right? He's a damn rookie. He's Mr. Irrelevant, 3rd-string quarterback leading the team.
Yeah, but I mean, I know he's a rookie.
Of course he's going to want to make that excuse. Come on.
He's going to have jitters, but you got to get rid of that, man. You're going up against the Cowboys next.
He got rid of it, all right?
All of America, all of sane America is rooting for you. Because they don't want to see the Cowboys and their fans get into
the Cowboys are going to fucking lose because they can't hit free
throws.
He's in basketball mode.
Might as well have Shaq kicking field goals. It was a better than 50% chance there. Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, overall the game was pretty good. I mean, 49ers are just
they're stacked.
They're just the best team out there. Like even with having a 3rd-string quarterback, they're still able to get it done. So, yeah, they're just stacked. It's hard to beat them. I like Eagles fan over there. You gotta be careful over there.
I think the Eagles match up very well with them, though.
San Fran matches well against the Eagles, though. Like,
I think it's an even battle because when you look at it, a strength for the Niners is their pass rush. A strength for the Eagles is their O-line. Then also a strength for the Niners is the multiple options they have to attack your secondary. A strength for the Eagles, their secondary. So there's a lot of these just like unstoppable force meets immovable object coming right at each other that you can only see which one wins when you eventually get to that point.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, Brock Purdy did seem shaky, but I have to give credit to the coaching staff for getting him back on track. Like that first half, he was not looking good, but then the second half, 3 touchdowns, 332 yards after that. I have to give credit to the coaching staff. Also, there's a friend I know, I think Mama knows, Shaven. He lost all his he lost one parlay. He almost won all of it because of the stupid unnecessary roughness by the San Fran defender to give Seattle a field goal range to kick a field goal. So he had San Fran winning the first half, but he had everything else correct. He was pissed.
That's rough.
Yeah. And we don't want to say we're picking on Brock Purdy, but if you watched the first half of this game,
you're picking up, and I'm not.
No. If you watched the first quarter, especially this game, it didn't look great from Brock. He shaped up, and I'll give him props for that. Obviously, he's in a situation where no one of his caliber should be there. No one that is the last pick in the draft from Iowa fucking State, who probably should be out husking corn, should be in his position where he's a quarterback for the most dangerous team in all of football. But he handled it well and composed himself after a rough start. But I mean, these were errant passes.
Maybe because he's a good quarterback.
I mean, yeah, only time will tell. Like he could be the Jeremy Lin of football. He could be great for this one season and then tail off and never be seen from again.
The new Tom Brady.
I mean those are shoes to fill, and those are clown shoes. So
I know.
Well, he already has better personality than Brady. Shots fired.
I mean, he's probably going to learn from Brady anyway when Brady goes there next year.
Some people are saying Raiders. They're saying Raiders.
That's something I wanted to talk about about this, and I guess the best time to talk about is now. Why the Raiders? I don't understand. They don't have money because they're paying Josh McDaniels, who sucks, who was a terrible coach, who can't control his players. They don't draft well. They've drafted a guy who's now incarcerated for killing a woman and her dog by driving 110 miles down a roadway. Another guy was incarcerated for illegal gun possession. They also have Darren Waller, who was a good tight end, but is getting older and is looking bad. They have Hunter Renfrow, who couldn't keep his head on his shoulders this year. He had 3 concussions. They have Devontae Adams, who's good, but also is 29. And as we know, receivers after 30, besides Jerry Rice, don't get much better. They
didn't sign Josh Jacobs' 5th-year option.
They didn't sign Josh Jacobs' 5th-year option. That's their best player. Their O-line doesn't look good. And besides Chandler Jones, who's looked spotty, and Max Crosby, who's been good, their defense is a hot, flaming pile of molten, corn-fed dog shit.
I will say, can I say this? The reason why Brady goes to Las Vegas, so he could start betting some money to get his money back from Giselle.
Brady does not need money. Do you know how much money he's going to get? Do you know how much money he gets from his brand he's making, his commercials, plus how much money he's going to get once he retires and signs on with, Fox for $37,000. Like, he's going to get the GDP of Liechtenstein every year. Like,
I have to make the joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But, like, I don't get Las Vegas. Like, Josh McDaniels. Like, people are putting 2 and 2 together and thinking they're Nostradamus. I don't see it. And if it happens, I think it's stupid. Unless, Brady does what he did in Tampa Bay and he signs in Las Vegas, and then all of a sudden you have, like, Noah's Ark of football players, 2 of every kind come pouring in,
That's kind of how it is.
Well, I mean, how many defensive players are you going to need to make that Raiders defense good? I'm thinking 9. 9. Besides Crosby and besides Chandler Jones, the rest of those bums can fuck off. Because it's been bad. I don't want to tell you, like, you need to go back and look at Raiders games because it's awful. Bad. It's bad. Maybe it's a coordinator. Maybe you need to go out and, like, Mike Zimmer is available now because he got fired from the head coaching job at.
I don't know if he wants us to coach anymore. That's the thing that he probably wants to take a break.
But if he's willing to be a DC, which is, I mean, I don't want to assume, but probably less responsibility than a head coach, you might be able to get him in with the Raiders. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a DC issue.
Dan Quinn, yeah, be like
Maybe it's a
Dan Quinn.
personnel
Dan
issue.
Quinn.
I mean, it's
'Cause
also
Dan
the
Quinn-
Raiders.
Yeah,
Like,
but also the
they
49ers.
took Richie.
if
They
it ain't-
signed Richie Incognito like a year ago.
Yeah, but the 49ers, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like if they
Well,
win
if it
the Super
isn't
Bowl,
perfect,
Brock,
why not make it better?
if they're gonna win, if they win the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, they don't need Tom Brady. Like, why have Tom Brady then?
Why have Tom Brady? Another one. Another one. Another one.
Another one. You think he's
one.
gonna get you another one?
If you have Tom Brady, because think about this.
How-
Think about this. You take Trey Lance.
He's getting older, dude.
All of a sudden, let's say, God forbid, the 49ers win a Super Bowl. Sorry, I'm a Bengals fan. They win a Super Bowl. Brock Purdy's Super Bowl champion. They take Trey Lance. They let Jimmy walk, or they trade him. They take Trey Lance. He's a young quarterback who had one injury. You could probably still get a decent guy or a pick for maybe a third-round pick for Trey Lance. You trade him to a team that needs a quarterback, like Carolina, like maybe the
Houston.
Jets or Houston or somebody that wants a young guy to develop. You trade him there. You get a
Houston's
pick.
just gonna pick. They're not gonna.
But
yeah, they're gonna pick.
At the same time, then Tom Brady comes in. Jimmy's gone. Trey Lance is gone. Then you have the greatest quarterback of all time, who has one of the greatest minds in football since Peyton Manning, being able to teach this young guy, Brock Purdy, who has a similar situation as him, being a guy that everyone overlooked, everyone, didn't think was great, but an accurate passer, and able to develop him. And at the same time, Brady's back in Cali, where he grew up, playing for his favorite team when he grew up, playing near home. Like, when Brady went to play the Niners in Niner Stadium, they had a whole expose about how Brady had to buy the most amount of tickets for his family because they're all Californians. They all live near the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you want to be at home with your family, especially since your other family's been sleeping with a UFC trainer?
My kind of thought process is they're gonna have to take the contract from Tampa Bay. Do they want that contract? While they try to sign everybody else that they want to keep. They want to keep Trent Williams. They still have McCaffrey. If they want to keep.
Here's the
Deebo
thing:
Samuel,
you
they
sign
signed.
Tom Brady, you don't got to worry about people re-signing. They're going to re-sign. You're going to tell me that Trent Williams is going to say, "Yeah, I don't want to block for Tom Brady." Bullshit. You're going to tell me Chris McCaffrey won't want to re-sign after he says, "Oh, Tom Brady's going to be handing me or throwing me the football." Bullshit. They're going to re-sign everyone if Tom Brady goes there.
I'm not saying that they don't want to re-sign. Like, they don't want to re-sign with Brady. I'm saying the money. They probably going to try to get more money out of it.
They want some money, dude.
And
but
then
if
you got the salary cap.
if you trade Trey Lance there, that
The
also
rookie
relieves some
deal
cap
is
space.
not-
And I know it's not much.
It's
but
so
also,
minimal, dude.
But also, Garoppolo. You get rid of Garoppolo's contract. That also frees a lot of room for Brady.
Yeah.
Besides, Brady's
Yeah.
contract
Yeah,
is less money.
He was
going to
be gone anyway. He was going to be gone anyway, so Like,
I mean,
they were going to get
Brady could ask for less money.
He could restructure his deal. It is a possibility.
Maybe.
And at the same time, this team screams Brady. I've said it a million times. Hometown team, a bunch of short route options, a great O-line, and a great defense. It screams Thomas Brady Jr. in your face at 300 decibels. Which, I mean, again, I don't see Las Vegas as a viable option. I see Miami as a more viable option than Las Vegas.
Nah, I don't think he's going to Miami.
It's more viable.
I think Dolphins are more rock with Tua.
Different. Well, Miami's more fucked because of Tua's injuries. That's.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, hey, Chargers, pick up your phone. You know why? Because I fucking called it. You choked.
Yeah. me and Macedon both called Jacksonville beating the Chargers, and it didn't look good to start. But Jacksonville gets the win by 1 after the Chargers blow a 27-point lead. They were up 27-0 at one point in the game. And then Trevor Lawrence decided enough's enough, and it's time to show why I've never lost on a Saturday. He went 28 for 47, 288 yards, a 6.1 passing average, 4 touchdowns, and 4 picks. 3 of those in the first quarter were to Asante Samuel Jr., 1 defensive back for the Chargers. So he must have been seeing him in a different jersey. Justin Herbert went 25 for 43, 273 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 sacks. Rushing was terrible for the Chargers, only 35 yards for Austin Eckler on 13 carries, and Joshua Kelly had 20 yards on 7 carries. For Jacksonville, complete opposite. Etienne Jr., 20 carries, 109 yards, a 5.5 average. Receiving was a little bit better on the Los Angeles Chargers side. Gerald Everett, 109 yards and 6 receptions. Keenan Allen, 61 yards on 6 receptions. For Jacksonville, Evan Ingram coming up big, that free agent signing from the Giants last year, 93 yards, 7 receptions, 1 touchdown. Christian Kirk, 78 yards, 8 receptions, 1 touchdown. Zay Jones, 74 yards, 8 receptions, 1 touchdown. And Marvin Jones Jr., the old man, 29 yards, 3 receptions, 1 touchdown. Again, for Los Angeles, no Mike Williams because he was played in week 17, but technically that's week 18. Or is it 17? How many weeks are there in the season?
It was week 18. It's week 18.
Week 18.
It was
Game
week
17, week 18. He was
Wait,
in
we
the
should have
game.
fired him.
Yeah. And got hurt, didn't play in the game because he was not able to play. He got hurt the week before. So
that
that's
probably
going to come
bit him
back.
in the ass.
Oh, yeah. That's probably going to cost the Los Angeles Chargers head coach his job. I expect that news to be coming in the next few weeks.
Apparently, they're saying they're keeping him right now, but it is Spanos. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Puchos Madre Spanos. Fucking leaving San Diego, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
This is what you get for leaving San Diego.
This is what you get, Spanos. You and your father, you dumbass. Father's going to be spinning in those graves.
I can get leaving St. Louis, even though I don't like it, because their attendance for games was bad because the Chiefs are so good. And the Rams were so awful. So the Rams moving to LA, okay. The Chargers moving from San Diego, terrible idea. And then the Raiders moving from Oakland to Vegas was...
I could understand the Vegas one because Vegas is like a prime market.
Yeah,
it's an untapped market.
Getting better, but I think
So I understand the Raiders one. The Chargers one is the stupidest move ever.
Dumb.
It is.
When you have the Rams coming in town anyways.
Yeah.
So
Spanos is a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if we look at this game, and I think the biggest thing you want to take about it is people are going to be saying this was the game that Trevor Lawrence kind of started to like inch his way into that elite tier. I think he's not there yet, but at the same time, these are steps. And rallying
besides the 4 interceptions at the beginning, but if you ignore
that
those,
didn't look great. But at the same time, going from that, turning the course, straightening it out, and coming back from a 27-point down score to win the game in your home field in a playoff game against a team that on paper is better than you in nearly every facet.
Yeah.
Actually, I think one or two of the interceptions should have been a pass interference on some of them. Like they weren't calling. There was some like blatant pass interferences that they weren't calling at all to help Jacksonville.
Yeah, but I mean,
I heard about that.
Like the refs are ass.
The picks are
they're always incompetent.
The refs in this game were especially bad. There was that moment where there was a false start on the right tackle of Jacksonville during a crucial down. Joey Bosa saw it, then also took a palm of the hand to the face, so legal hands to the face by that same right tackle, then started complaining as he was walking off the field. He was saying it out loud. Don't know what was said. No one's released it yet, but he was complaining out loud as he was walking off the field. He was in earshot of the head referee. Head referee heard it and was probably 20 to 15 feet away from Joey Bosa, ran up to Joey Bosa, got next to Bosa, like damn near in his face, probably 2 feet away from him, and started just saying like, don't say yeah, blah, 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 something like that. Then threw a flag after Bosa stopped talking. Like, I have not seen a more blatant, yeah, fuck this guy, I'm throwing a flag against him in a long time. But that was bad, and I don't think that referee crew will be back for these next few playoff games.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was fucking weird. But Jacksonville just goes to them, come back from 27 down. Like, it's absolutely insane. And also just the team overall, just because Jacksonville last year, they're just absolute dirtbags with Urban Meyer. But now they're legit. They're looking good. Now, I mean, they're going to play Kansas City next, which probably going to get
tough.
Well,
they get close in the first time.
I mean, By the time the Jacksonville defense lands in Kansas
Yeah.
City, I think Patrick Mahomes will have already thrown for 500 yards, 7 touchdowns, and ran for 300 yards. But that
one thing I'd say about this, holy shit, Doug Peterson, you actually ran the damn ball. I'm surprised.
well, I mean,
You
yeah,
didn't do jack
Travis.
shit. No, I mean like
Doug
you didn't do
Peterson, a
jack
good
shit.
coach.
Well, yeah, who
Just-
was the running back when he was with Philly?
LeGarrette Blunt, and then it was the trade for Jay and then after that it was Miles Sanders.
Blunt was old.
Boston Scott.
Jay was.
He was good until his knees
good.
gave out the end of the year because of arthritis. Then you had Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Corey
good.
Clement.
Yeah,
Corey Clement's
Etienne's good.
Yeah,
Etienne.
I know.
Also, there's this guy on the line named Brandon Sheriff, who's a Banff out of Iowa. Yeah, so I mean, they really shorted up the line, adding him in, and there were a couple blocks. I was watching that game because I'm a sicko and I watch the trenches instead of watching the quarterback sometimes in some games, which is why I'm so critical of Lyle Collins. But at the same time, I watched Sheriff a couple times put some charges on their ass. So the Jacksonville line's getting better and better. And it shows with Etienne being able to run for that many yards.
Also, Chargers' run defense is ass.
Yeah, they don't really have.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon Staley.
The Chargers are the pinnacle. Guru? Besides the Bills, the Chargers are the pinnacle of new age football. They have a quarterback that's semi-mobile but stays behind the line of scrimmage just to create and throw passes. They have a running back that's a catch-first running back in Austin Eckler. They have a ton of receiver targets, a decently good tight end, an O-line that's mainly pass blocking. And then their defense has edge rushers and coverage DBs. They have no DTs, and they don't have many good linebackers to stop the run. They're all coverage guys. And when a team like Jacksonville that's balanced, that has a pass attack and a run attack comes at you, and all of a sudden you might get sucked in during some play actions. It has a moment for Trevor Lawrence to pull a play action, come around the outside, and then throw a bomb to one of his guys on the field. So again, a balanced attack is good. You wonder why Tom Brady won Super Bowls with good running attacks. Because he had a balanced offense.
And his dick got sucked.
He had also, good teams and a good coach.
Yeah, I know. I will admit that. Yes, that is true. Also, save Justin Herbert. Christ. Get him out of the fucking Chargers. Save Herbert.
They have a good team. They just need to add some pieces. Like you have
Bosa. Or a new coach.
You have maybe a new coach, but you have Bosa. You have Austin Eckler. You have Mike Williams. You have Keenan Allen. You even have Gerald Everett and Joshua Palmer, who've gotten better. You have a decently good O-line. You need some more pieces, and you're good, basically. Like even Asante Samuel Jr. Like their DBs are great. They also have who's number 2? Derwin James. Like they have great players. Like it shouldn't be get Justin Herbert out of the Chargers, get a new head coach in, find something that works better, and add some more pieces. But you guys are like there.
Yeah.
Putos Madre Spanos. Still say that.
Putos Madre Spanos.
Yep. Fuck you, Spanos.
He's just cursed.
It was honestly, it was cursed. Probably Phillip Rivers probably called Trevor Lawrence at halftime and told him what to do, and then how to beat the Chargers. Look, here's how I lost every game. Here's how I lost every game. Do the opposite, and you'll win.
With 9 kids screaming in the back.
Now hold on, I gotta go. Like put kids 3, 4, and 5 to bed, and take 2 and 3 to prom. So like, I don't know how. I don't know how Rivers isn't still playing with that many mouths to feed. That's insane.
Oh, he made money.
He did, yeah.
He's fine.
All right, next game, Buffalo against Miami. Buffalo gets the win 34-31 in a close one. The starting quarterback for Miami was not Tua. It was not Teddy Two Gloves. It was Skylar Thompson, who went 18 for 45 for 220 yards, 4.9 average, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, and 4 sacks. Josh Allen, 23 for 39, 352 yards, a 9-yard average, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, 7 sacks, but then also ran for 20 yards and 4 carries. The 2 picks and 7 sacks are not a good thing as a Bills fan.
He fumbled the football too.
I believe, let's go down to the fumbles.
Yeah, Josh.
3 fumbles, 1 loss.
3 times.
Yeah. The rushing game for Buffalo was not great. Devin Singletary had 48 yards and 10 carries, and James Cook 12 carries for 39 yards. For Miami, even worse. best rusher was 23 yards from Jeff Wilson Jr. on 10 carries. And for receiving, it was a great day for Diggs and Davis. Stephon Diggs, 7 receptions, 114 yards. Gabe Davis, 6 receptions, 113 yards, and 1 touchdown. For Miami, they were held down by this secondary from the Bills. Also, probably because their quarterback was not entirely ready to play at this stage. Tyreek Hill, 7 receptions, 69 yards. Salvin Ahmed. Who? 3 yards.
He got lit the fuck up.
Yeah, 3 receptions for 45 yards. Jalen Waddle, 3 for 44. And Mike Gesicki sneaking in 2 for 15, as well as Durham Smythe, 1 for 20. It should not have been this close. Josh Allen is not playing his best football right now, despite 352 yards, 2 interceptions, 7 sacks, 3 fumbles, one of which was lost. Not good.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Josh Allen. He has not been playing that well as of recent. I don't know if it's I don't know. It's weird. Nice guy.
I really don't know. The injuries still bug him. He's trying too much. But I'd
I
say
think he's
that
trying too much.
Yeah, because there's no run game. Like,
yeah, there's none.
He is the run game.
Yeah,
forgot.
Like,
honestly, if Tua was in this game, I think Miami could have beaten the Dolphins. Or sorry, beat the Bills.
Yeah, they beat themselves. That's for sure. But yeah, I do agree. If Tua was in, it would have been a much different game. But honestly, it could have been one of those Tua games where he goes like he puts up Skylar Thompson numbers. 18 for 45, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks. Like he could have been one of those games from Tua. But it also could have been one of the 2 games where you're like, oh, this is the kid from Alabama that everyone wanted.
Yeah. Well, it kind of doesn't help that he had 3 concussions in like 3 months. So
a lot of people are suspecting that he needs to like retire. A lot of medical personnel and professionals are saying like, yeah, you need to be done before you suffer even more permanent brain damage. So that would be really rough for Miami. And you could see that team. You could see without a starting quarterback, you could see that team just. Oof.
Especially with defense.
They would have
Brenton
to
Armstead could leave, Tyreek Hill could leave, Gesicki could leave, Waddle could leave, Xavier. I forget his name.
Xavier
Howard. Xavier Howard could leave.
Unless they have money to buy a quarterback, yeah.
Even like Bradley Chubb, Thomas Morstead. Like you have some big names on this Dolphins team that are good, but if you don't have a quarterback, you don't want to play with these caliber players. You want to rebuild. But yeah,
I'll still keep the coach. It's not like Mike McDaniel is a bad coach. I think he tried to make do what he can.
I'm just gonna sit here and look at this game, wag a two banana right. Let me hit my vape.
He's basically
I fucking
person.
Love him, dude.
What is this fucking mango?
Everybody loves him. Because he just seems like a regular guy, just loves to do shit.
He's just a nerdy frat guy that somehow wandered his way into coaching the Miami Dolphins, which fits for the Miami Dolphins. But I mean,
how old is he? He's pretty young.
30-something.
God,
he's young.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's not dumb. Like
not at all. Stupid. I mean, it might have been a little stupid to hit a vape on the sideline during national televised broadcast, but hey,
who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck on that one with the vape? Like literally, people like I'm gonna be like, oh,
it's funny.
It's funny. It's funny because it was a Jewel, and Jewels are notoriously like frat boy things. They're notoriously like college kid, But then like I guess it does make sense because you'll see him do that, but then you'll go like to Mike Vrabel, who's like out here like, all right, we're gonna call tarantula banana 2Y split right, and he's got this huge lip of dip, and then you have Dan Campbell, who's got a fucking baseball in his cheek over here, and his teeth are rotting, and he's just like, I love you guys so much. Oh, who's got more Copenhagen, damn it? Like
Grizzly. You're gonna be that grizzly.
Oh my god.
Okay, the only thing I'd say about the vape
wasn't a CBD or a THC pen, man.
The only thing I'd say for the vape is like, don't be a pussy. Use real tobacco.
He's definitely a stoner. He's definitely a stoner.
You want him to go out there and be like, fucking Skylar Thompson. Yeah, where's
Where's a
my
cigar? He gets a cigar.
where's my
You know
where's
how
my
the-
Marlboro?
you know, yeah.
Where's my Marlboro
know,
Ridge?
You know how the coaches were back in the days. He just tried to pull that off. All right, just with a vape pen though.
Oh man, I mean,
no.
I have
But
no
he
doubt
just-
that Bill Parcells did coke before games with Lawrence Taylor. No doubt in my mind. They probably fucked the same hookers, honestly.
Oh my god, that's fucked. That is.
I mean, have you heard the stories of Lawrence Taylor? Have you guys not heard these?
No.
I haven't.
Lawrence Taylor
Oh my god.
would go
Show us
out
later.
Lawrence Taylor would go out and he would take copious amounts of cocaine and other drugs. Let me actually I'll look at the Wikipedia page, so it gives us like a
God
A
damn.
safe
like,
version.
a safer version.
A safe area.
Jesus Christ. It sounds like the fucking 70s what he's doing.
Okay, so this is directly from Wikipedia, wikipedia.com/Lawrence_Taylor. Taylor began using illicit drugs during his professional rookie season from 1991 to 82. He would pass the NFL drug screen tests ever by routinely obtaining teammates' urine to submit his own urine samples. As a drug habit escalated, he would spend thousands of dollars a day on quote-unquote coke and women. His first wife, Linda, once had to pick him up from a crack house. And he once attended a team meeting still handcuffed from the night before by some ladies that were trying out some new equipment, but just didn't have the key, he would recall. In 1987, he finally tested positive for cocaine. This is 6 years later. This is why guys like in the NBA, like Bill Walton, got away from doing blow for like 30 years, and now Bill Walton's on the sidelines like, here's USC Berkeley, and oh, there's a butterfly. Like, in 1987, he finally tested positive for cocaine and admitted to using it. The next year, in 88, he failed a second drug test, whereupon the NFL suspended him for 30 days. Within that, he abstained from drugs until his 1993 retirement, and as a third failed drug test would end his career. Yet he would later recall that in retiring, I saw blow as the only bright spot in my future. During 1995, he would go through drug rehab twice, but over the next 3 years, he was arrested twice via undercover police officers for attempts to buy cocaine. Meanwhile, he associated with many drug users, and his home usually had white sheets over its windows. I'd gotten really bad. My place was almost like a crack house, Taylor would later explain. So yeah, Lawrence Taylor, the best linebacker of all time, was hitting people while on coke. So, there you have it.
I'm Rex and the Rock and Roll Clown. I do cocaine. Yeah.
That's probably why he hit people so hard. He was probably just like, he's out there like, I'm gonna fucking just smacking somebody. All right, next up, Giants Vikings, and to start us off here, we're gonna have Trap House Sports as always. Take it away.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white van. So Jay Jettis came out here dumb freaky with the legs up. Yep, I knew it. I already knew he was gonna be on some absolutely freaky shit. Calm your freaky ass down. Game starts off with Kirk Cousins getting in for the touchdown on the QB sneak. Giants get the ball, they flip it to Saquon. Saquon out here running away from the Vikings like an Anglo-Saxon. It is outstanding leadership right here by Danny Dimes. Just knew it was gonna get wicked when I saw Brian Daboll's bald head come in the screen. And what's the name of that stupid ass egg that set up on that stinking ass wall? That's their coach. She was out here getting real wicked for the Vikings. I ain't seen the Vikings this flabbergasted since they reversed Dane Law. Well, I'll be damned. Take a look at Danny Dimeback out there throwing lasers. Daniel Jones and the name Jones so fitting because you gonna have trouble keeping up with me. My name ain't Danny Dimes. My name is Danny Dimebag. They call me Do-Rag Danny out here. Well, I be damned. Giants out there getting mad freaky. But I ain't seen this pulled off successfully since Pop Warner. It's YSL Danny out there going crazy. That's Danny the fucking destroyer. Oh shit, we got Kirk Cousins in the pocket. He throws an absolute laser to the end zone. Kirk Cousins out there playing off a fake perk. It didn't work the whole time. Danny Jones playing on the real thing though. Do-Rag Danny out there doing damage. Kirk Cousins is in utter disbelief that they losing to the Giants. He start playing for it. He start throwing that motherfucker. Kirk Cousins playing like he just found a perky in his pocket. Kirk Cousins with the game on the line was acting like this wasn't a primetime game. That right there ain't gonna stop Dimebag Danny from serving up fucking lasers. So look at this toe tap. He was walking that line thinner than me when I get pulled over for the cops and I don't spray about 5 sprays of blunt spray. Whole car smell like watermelon. You gotta explain that your car always smell like that. Kirk Cousins covering up his ears trying to stop the perk withdrawals from telling him that it's the playoffs. You know that if he remember it's the playoffs, he gonna get nervous. Well, I be damn, it happened. He shit the bucket. 4th down and 55 and you gonna throw a 2-yard takedown. Motherfucker, you think you Jared Goff? You ain't Jared Goff. Kirk Cousins has officially been replaced by Dimebag Danny. Do-Rag Daniel.
I'm back. Actually, that's a good one. Dimebag Daniel.
To be fair, the Vikings defense was absolute ass.
Yes,
It is. No, it is.
Final score in the game: New York Giants 31, Minnesota Vikings 24 in Minneapolis. Giants pull off the upset on the back of Dimeback Daniel Durag Jones's 24 for 35, 301 yards, 8.6 average, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 3 sacks. On the other side, Kirk Cousins 31 for 39, 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 sacks. Rushing was not great for either side. Daniel Jones led in the rushing category, 78 yards on 17 carries. Saquon Barkley, 53 yards on 9 carries. Then Dalvin Cook for the Vikings, 60 yards on 15 carries. For passing, Isaiah Hodgkins went off for the Giants, 8 receptions, 105 yards. Darius Slayton, 4 receptions, 88 yards. And Saquon Barkley, 5 receptions, 56 yards. For Minnesota, TJ Hawkinson, 10 receptions, 129 yards. Adam Thielen, 3 receptions, 50 yards. Justin Jefferson only held to 47 yards on 7 receptions. And then KJ Osborne, 2 for 20. Again, like you guys said, this was an offensive battle from both teams, and eventually the Giants ended up winning by their defense being able to stop Minnesota more than Minnesota's defense could stop the Giants. I think it really came down to Kirk Cousins was getting flustered by the pass rush. That pick, Kayvon Thibodeau, that the Giants made this year turned out to be a great pick, as he has been a menace on the football field, on and off of it, celebrating next to quarterbacks, dying next to him, making snow angels, getting on the sideline and, rocking him to sleep. But he was a nightmare for Kirk Cousins today. He rushed quite often. Let's take a look at the defensive stats for him here. 3 total tackles, and then 1 quarterback hit, 2 from Leonard Williams, 1 from Tony Jefferson, 4 from Dexter Lawrence, 1 from Jahad Willard, and a total of 11 quarterbacks hits, 3 passes defended, so knocked down. So again, they were flustering Kirk Cousins, who was faded off that perk and decided to throw a 3-yard slant on 4th and 8. Dude, you gotta love TJ Hawkinson. I don't think TJ Hawkinson is the best yard after carry guy that you would want to throw on a 4th down.
No.
He was doing really good in that game. Hawkinson.
Oh, he was, but I mean, you got another situation. Also, at the same time, if you look at that play, the entire left side of the line just collapsed. There was a stump on that side. Cam Thibodeau went in, pulled out, and then was immediately rushing around the edge. And so Kirk Cousins was on the clock. And so he made a quick check down, and it just wasn't enough. Looking back on the Minnesota Vikings season, the biggest thing people are saying is fraud. Do you guys agree?
No. I don't think so.
Defensive fraud. Defense, they were frauds. Offense, they scored. But
offensively, they were legit. But yeah,
they had a
they're
negative.
too inconsistent offensively, I think.
They had a negative 3-point differential. They either won games by 1 score or get blown out. Eagles blown out. Cowboys blown out. Green Bay blown out. And what's the other? They lost by 1 score against the other team.
Yeah, it didn't
blown out for 3 games.
And it didn't seem like the games they were winning were like they had a lot of breathing room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of close games that the Vikings, like the Bills game. Remember that crazy game?
Yeah.
That one. There was who was it? Where there was 2 of them where it was on a 50 or 60 yard field goal.
Saints at London.
And then
Saints. There's another one.
Low scoring.
The Giants. The first game against the Giants.
Yeah.
Then the whiteout game they had versus the Giants, or versus the.
It was Giants.
Like really, I mean the offense has been great. It's just.
Yeah, they lost to Detroit. They got blown out. by Detroit.
I think they need some defensive help, but also at the same time, I don't think Kirk Cousins is the answer. He's had a lot of bad games this season, and he's so inconsistent. I don't think Kirk Cousins is one of those quarterbacks that you can win with. He won't. Kirk Cousins is one of those quarterbacks that I think, like Jimmy Garoppolo, he won't be the reason that you win games, but he won't be the reason you lose you games. Kirk Cousins is the exact opposite. He could be the reason he wins you games, but he could also be the reason he loses you games. And I don't think you can have that inconsistency in a Super Bowl caliber team, because you get an inconsistent game like this that was okay for Kirk Cousins, but you needed a little bit more out of him. Maybe they buy in.
How are you gonna get yourself a new quarterback with all these weapons?
Derek
And, like-
Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe Trey Lance if Brock Purdy pans out and the Niners don't want to keep Trey Lance. Something in the draft, trade Kirk Cousins, for a draft pick Stroud.
Yeah, but
or-
you're pretty much in win now mode.
Right, so you need to get
With
a
the
quarterback
Vikings.
because
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins hasn't been
Yeah.
cutting it.
And
But
defense. They
you
need
can't
a
get a
defense
young
too.
guy because young guy he needs to develop.
Okay, I mean that's fair, but at the same time, like you could go out and you could get Garoppolo, you could get Derek Carr, you could get Matt Ryan. I don't know why you
get
want Matt Ryan.
Tom Brady, ladies and gentlemen, to the Vikings.
I mean, I will say this though. One thing that actually helps Minnesota, their offensive weapons. The oldest person I think is Dalvin Cook, and he's almost 30.
Let's
I
take
think-
a look. See,
He's
27.
He's 27. All right, Justin Jefferson still has a rookie deal. TJ Hawkinson might be on his
Is
end
that a
of
rookie deal still?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Justin
he got
Jefferson's
drafted
been
2 years ago.
Yeah, Justin
2
Jefferson's
years
been in the
ago.
league 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was stolen by Minnesota. The Eagles
Wow,
had the
fuck.
23rd pick, and Minnesota took him.
All,
They
hey,
traded
listen,
up.
all I'm saying is Joe Burrow has come out and said multiple times in different interviews he's staying in Cincinnati, and Justin Jefferson has said many times that he's wanted to play with Joe Burrow. Hey, Jay Jettas to Cincinnati in 1-2 years, I'm all for it. Jamar
That's
Chase,
not gonna
Justin
happen.
Jefferson, T. Higgins, Trent
Well,
Irwin,
to be
Tyler Boyd.
fair, the Vikings always
Weapons.
figure out.
We're like an F-18. We have a billion different rockets to just throw at you.
I mean, 2 years. Vikings always find a new insane wide receiver. They get the first half Diggs left. They got Jefferson.
Randy Moss when they drafted
Randy
him.
Moss.
Even
yeah.
Beeline's been really good out of
Beeline.
left field.
Yeah. But they're still young, so it's not like, oh, you need to get someone out to win because they're getting older. Dalvin, as I said, Dalvin Cook's the oldest, and that's 27, so
I mean,
he's
that's true.
close. And
They
the offensive
could,
line,
They
I
could
don't know.
trade
I don't-
up high enough into the draft. They could take Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee, who has an ACL injury, who won't be able to play for most of the season, develop him, and then 2024 start him.
I feel like it's too much of a risk to trade up for him.
But Kirk Cousins isn't working. You have to do something.
You
The
buy.
definition of insanity
You
is
buy,
banging
you
your
don't
head
draft.
against a wall and expecting something different to every time. Well, then who are they going to buy? Who's out there?
You want
Derek
them
Carr is
to
the only
pull
other one.
basically what the LA Rams did when they grabbed Stafford.
well,
that's
LA
what the
Rams
Vikings
just
have
had
to
fuck them
do.
picks. LA Rams
I
had
mean,
fuck them picks.
Yeah, but you got to do the
Minnesota
same.
can't do that because their defense is terrible. Their secondary is
mean-
shit. They cannot communicate. They uses the same type
I just
of
need some
plays
Hello
against
Kitty
receivers.
bandages, you know.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
I mean, yeah, sure, you still need the picks for the defense, but at a certain point, you just say, "Fuck them picks."
I don't think they're at that stage yet. They would need to get some really good
No.
weapons to be there. And after this performance, they might lose some people in free agency. People want to go to an area where they know, like, oh, they're one step away. Minnesota might still be a couple steps away.
We'll see how the coach actually does. Like with the new coach actually had them win games. They lost like 8 games last year by 1 score, while they won 12 this year by 1 score. So I think a little bit maybe the coach helped that because it was time for Mike Zimmer to go after last year.
Yeah,
Imagine if
Huh.
Rodgers pulls a Favre and goes to the Vikings.
Oh no, bro! The NFC North would be in fucking flames.
Imagine,
It'd be
Green
in
Bay
flames.
Green Bay says, we're done with you, Rodgers. We want to move on. We want to rebuild, and we know you're not going to be here to rebuild, so fuck off. And he takes that personally and goes, okay,
There's
I'm going to
a-
Minnesota. Ooh.
There's an NFC North meme war Reddit page that I look at once in a while. Dude, that shit would fucking explode.
It would.
It would be, yeah, it would just be way too rowdy. God,
Yeah.
dude, oh my God. Bro, you won't. Rodgers won't hear the end of days from the Packers fan.
Be insane. The biggest
Nah.
disrespect is if Randall Cobb went with him too.
Oh,
That would be. And all of a sudden you see Rodgers pass to Cobb, both in Viking uniforms at Lambeau in a game, and that's a touchdown. That would, and he does a Lambeau leap. That's it. That's it. The Packers are moving. Get him out of Wisconsin. They're going to London. All right. Next up, Ravens Bengals. As a Bengals fan, I was not happy with this game at all. This was the worst the Bengals have played since they lost many weeks ago. Maybe since the second half against the Patriots, that was also pretty bad. But Bengals 24, Ravens 17. Bengals won the game. It was in Paycor Stadium on the back of Sam Hubbard, who, during a goal line play where the Ravens had 1 yard to go, the quarterback playing for the Baltimore Ravens, who wasn't Lamar Jackson, still out with a PCL strain, Tyler Huntley, jumped over the offensive line, extended the ball out with both hands on either side of it, trying to get it across the goal line, didn't get it there. The insanely smart and heavily underrated quarterback, middle linebacker, Logan Wilson, came up, took both hands, and just volleyball spiked it straight out of Tyler Huntley's hands. It fell on the ground, and the Cincinnati kid himself, Sam Hubbard, grew up near where I grew up in Cincinnati, went to Moeller High School, won a state championship there, went to Ohio State, got drafted by the Bengals, scooped it up, and ran it 99 yards from the 1 yard line for a touchdown, giving us a 7-point victory. It was insane. I thought they were going to call it back because they were going to say it was a touchdown, but no, it counted. I think it should show.
Yeah, it never crossed the plane.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it shows it right here. Sam Hubbard.
Where?
One recovery. It doesn't show the yardage. It might in his
I thought it was like 94.
It was 99.
I thought it was 94. Postseason 98. Look at postseason.
Oh,
yeah.
Fumble recovery 98.
98
yards.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's like the longest in Bengals postseason history.
Yep. So they're calling it the rumble in the juggle. They're calling it Hubbard's house call. They're calling it the riverfront ride.
What was your game plan, Zach Taylor?
We couldn't. So the biggest thing is, let me get in the stats, and I'll talk about that from a biased perspective. Joe Burrow, 23 for 32, 209 yards, a 6.5 average, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 4 sacks. Joe Mixon, 11 carries for 39 yards, and some JP Ryan, only 2 carries for 3 yards. Tyler Huntley, 17 for 29, 226 yards, 7.8 yard average, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 2 sacks. Rushing, J.K. Dobbins, 13 carries, 62 yards. Tyler Huntley, 9 carries, 54 yards. Gus Edwards, 12 carries, 39 yards. In as far as receiving, Jamar Chase, 84 yards on 9 receptions. Hayden Hurst, 45 yards on 4 receptions. And T. Higgins, 37 yards on 4 receptions. Baltimore, Mark Andrews, 73 yards and 5 receptions. Demarcus Robinson, 49 yards on 2 receptions. And J.K. Dobbins, 43 yards on 4 receptions. I'm surprised we didn't see any Deshaun Jackson in here, but he's probably in the retirement home. The biggest thing here is the Bengals could not stop the run. As you can see, 62 yards from J.K. Dobbins, 54 from Tyler Huntley, and 39 from Gus Edwards, totaling in 155 yards. We also couldn't get our rush attack going. We're without Lyle Collins. He's out for the year. His ACL's torn. So Hakeem Adeniji is filling in that role. Alex Kappa had an ankle injury. I haven't heard any issues with that about how it's progressing. He's our right guard. He's out. He's now being filled in with a backup. Ted Garrett's still there. Cordell Volson, the rookie out of North Dakota State, is still next to him at left guard. He's still doing okay. And then Jonah Williams dislocated his patella. Is now listed as day-to-day, our left tackle. So he went out, and now, so both of our tackles, which are the most important pass rushing offensive lineman positions, or pass defending offensive lineman positions, are now both in peril with new guys, or in Adeniji spot, a guy that's not that great thus far. So hopefully they can figure out something to help with that, because again, 4 sacks for Joe Burrow against a Ravens team with not many edge rushers is not great, especially if we end up playing teams like the Niners.
The Bills.
The Bills don't have Von
Oh,
Miller's,
yeah, that's right.
Bills
Yeah,
don't
that's
really
right.
have
I
much
forgot.
pass rush unless they blitz with some of their weird blitzes, but like Von Miller's gone. So there's not really many pass rushers. Honestly, the best pass rusher left in the AFC is either Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals or Josh Allen from the Jacksonville. That's really it. Like Chris Jones, an interior DT, is good, but that's also an interior D lineman rushing the quarterback, which is rare. Like I was shocked when we'll talk about it later when Vita Vea sacked Dak Prescott a couple times up the middle against like Zach Martin. I'm like, this guy's insane.
Well, I mean, Vita Vea is a scary motherfucker. So
Vita Vea is huge.
He's just, honestly, line the guy at fullback, dude. If you teach him how to do a couple things, oh my god, death. But yeah, the Bengals couldn't stop the run. That was our biggest issue. I don't know why we weren't filling out well. We have some run stopping linebackers. Logan Wilson's a great pass defender. He played linebacker and also safety in college, so he knows how to play both positions. So he would be good in that position, but also we need some run stopping linebackers. Marcus Bailey, a guy out of Purdue that we have, that could be pretty good, but he also didn't see the field that much. Again, a lot of these run plays were basically Linderbaum just taking care of DJ Reader with a double team from another interior lineman, which is not great. But BJ Hill was able to carry his own sometimes. But again, we need to stop the run. And then our offense, we couldn't get the run game going with Mixon. Maybe it's because of our O-line. Maybe Mixon just needs to bounce outside the tackles a bit more, but he's dancing in the backfield. He thinks he's Walter Payton. I don't know. He's not. And then our pass game was okay, but not great. So if this is our lapse and we're playing like we were the past couple of weeks before this, afterwards, I'm fine. If this is what it's like from now on, change something. Because honestly, if I were Zach Taylor, people would be coming in after the game like celebrating everything. I would chew them out immediately because this looked awful. This was a Ravens team without Lamar Jackson. This was a Ravens team without any passing targets that are good besides Mark Andrews, and a Ravens defense that is okay. But like, we should be better than this. They were running like pro form and gun double back set run plays like you see in college at, North Carolina State. Like, come on. We're a NFL team, and you can't adapt to the situation and play a bit better, and we have to go out and nearly lay an egg against the Ravens. This is not looking good for us. This has got to change. It should change, and it's going to change because we're going to win the Super Bowl. Okay, that was my rant.
I'll let Mamba go.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck happened to y'all? I mean, you got bootleg.
I can't believe it's not Lamar Jackson.
I can't believe it's not Lamar Jackson. Almost whooping your ass just because, I mean, you barely won because you had that one return for 98 yards off of bootleg Lamar Jackson not able to jump over some guys. What the fuck happened? I'd be worried about it next week, dude. All right.
We didn't show up well. Well, the Bills also play a different game. We're not going to have to worry about stopping the run as much. Well, we were about containing Josh Allen. The biggest thing that surprised me is I've kind of overlooked, and this is my fault, I've overlooked the Ravens O-line a lot. They were really good in that game. They have some good tackles that finally got healthy. And then also Linderbaum in the middle is a force of nature.
I wanted Linderbaum to be
I did too, but the Ravens took him before us. We were before you.
Also, Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman, to quote Iron Maiden's song, 2 minutes to midnight. Tick, tick. I'm surprised that Greg Roman's still there.
Roman might be fired, but Harbaugh is not going anywhere.
They haven't said. Apparently they're saying Roman's still there.
Interesting. But I mean, Harbaugh won them a Super Bowl. It was a while ago, but at the same time, like, that's still good coaching. And he's still getting them in good positions to do things. He's just coming up short. Again, I think it's because they've based their entire offense and game plan and everything around one guy. And that guy, according to popular opinion, is not staying in Baltimore. Maybe that's who the Vikings get. Oh.
There's rumors saying Jets.
Why?
I know.
Why?
Yeah, I know.
Like that's like looking. That's like you're in your own lawn and your grass is kind of green. You look to your neighbor's lawn and the grass is super green, and you look to your other neighbor's lawn on the other side and his grass is dead, molding, and has pestilence all over it. And you decide to jump that fence into the yard that's just like covered in disease. There's so many other teams the Mark could go to where that just need a quarterback and look good. But then, like the Jets, I mean, sure they're gonna get Brees Hall back. That's a basically still in his rookie year coming back. You have an O line that's iffy. You have receivers that are, and a defense that's pretty good. Okay, so like, yeah, fair. But I mean, excuse me, if you go to, I don't know, like again, Minnesota, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, TJ Hawkinson, Dalvin Cook, a defense that has a good pass rush at the very least.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Bengals still got the win on the back of the Cincinnati kid, Sam Hubbard, but way too close. Hopefully that's the only bad game we play this postseason because it's the only one we can afford. Glad we got glad if that was our bad game, we got it out of the way. Great. If not,
Ruh-roh.
Speaking of Ruh-roh, Tom Brady, what happened? Tampa Bay on the Monday night wild card round playoff game in Tampa decided to lay an egg against the Cowboys. Cowboys 31, Tampa Bay 14. You might realize that this is a weird score to see. 31's on the score you see often for a team. That is because the official made miss for Dallas kicking.
Brett Meyer.
1 for 5. Brent Maher is probably in the hottest seat known to mankind right now. He went 1 for 5 on extra points. These are kicks from, I believe it's now the 20-yard line. The 15.
20-25.
They are chip shots. They're not like super easy chip shots, not within the 10, but they're in the NFL. Those are pretty much chip shots. I mean, McPherson also missed one in the Bengal game, but at the same time he missed one and then made stuff from there on out. But yeah, Dallas has some issues.
Have you seen the Peyton Manning clip when he missed?
The Madden cast is like, what are we doing? Go for 2. Like he's mad. Peyton's pissed off, which I'm like, yeah. Also, guys, look, playoff Lenny.
Well, I thought you were high on playoff Lenny.
Last year, playoff Lenny looked disgusting. This year, playoff Lenny looked disgusting. Leonard Fournette, 5 carries, 11 yards, a 2.2 average. Rachaad White, who looks like he's going to be the running back of the future for the Buccaneers when they start the rebuild after Brady leaves for San Francisco. Called it. 7 carries for 41 yards, a 5.9 average. Brady, 35 for 66. Jesus Christ, man. When is the last time you've seen someone throw 66 passes?
Todd Bowles is a dumbass coach.
351 yards, 5.3 average, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 sacks. Dak Prescott, 25 for 33, 305 yards of passing, 9.2 average, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1 sack. The rushing department, Dallas, their 2-back rotation was more heavy on Tony Pollard, 15 carries, 77 yards. Ezekiel at 13 carries, 27 yards. Tampa Bay's receiving 85 yards, 10 receptions for Chris Godwin. Julio Jones, 7 for 74. Mike Evans, 6 for 74. K. Dotton, 4 for 58. And Rachaad White, 4 for 36. So again, Brady's finding people. At the same time, their defense is just not like clicking super well. Dalton Schultz was the main receiver for the Cowboys. He's panning out to be a phenomenal tight end for them. 7 receptions, 95 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 4 receptions, 68 yards. Michael Gallup, 5 receptions, 46 yards. At the end of the day, the Buccaneers, just this is probably the worst Tom Brady team ever. It looks good on paper, but in execution, this was probably one of the. I mean, Leonard Fournette looked like a geriatric lineman running the football. They had a rookie Rachaad White also running it. Tom Brady was still doing fine, still put up a lot of yards this season. But I mean, Chris Godwin has looked okay. Julio Jones is old and his hamstrings are being held together by rubber bands. Mike Evans had one of his worst seasons ever. Their best tight end was Cade Otton after that whole, well, Coke Keith was also fine, but that whole thing they tried to experiment with Kyle Rudolph flopped. They tried using Cole Beasley. That didn't work out for them. So again, this has been one of the worst worst Tom Brady teams I've ever seen. Is Tom Brady done? I don't think so. I think Tom Brady wants that Peyton Manning finish, grab a ring, walk off into the sunset. I think that's what he wants. I think that's what he'll get in San Francisco.
We'll see about that. One thing about this game, though, I kind of thought Tom Brady and the Buccaneers could do something special, especially with Dallas Cowboys, because we all want to laugh at the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. Everyone wants the Dallas Cowboys to lose. All right, we want to make those Cowboys fans cry. But here's the
ready for the memes. I was ready for
ready as well.
I was ready for the white background, Tom Brady's swag ass face, and just saying, just checking in, y'all still them boys? Like.
But then I realized a team with a losing record making it to the playoffs will probably not do good in general. Also,
yeah, one of the worst rushing performances in the entire for the season for Tampa Bay, for any team of all time. They had one of the worst offenses in the league this season, or offensive lines in this season. It was a bad year for Tampa Bay. Injuries. Obviously Tristan Wirfs being out. This was Ryan Jensen's first game back, and he wasn't even 100%. So, but hey, Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady leaves, and that team falls apart. And there's a ton of free agents in the market, I think.
I wanted to laugh at the Cowboys, but I can still laugh at Tom Brady. So I guess it's a win. It's a win-lose for me. No matter what, I was going to win or lose. Also, he did not have that good. Like, there may be one or two good throws he had in that game. There was a lot of throws where either because of pressure or he was just off.
I mean, he did go 35 for 66. That's just over 50%. So, yeah, not a great day. But again, 351 yards. Like, again, people say
so
Brady's...
many checkdowns to make that. It was Mike Evans checkdowns. It was just... The receivers are the ones.
If it's what's open, it's what's open. But at the same time,
true. But he had some bad throws, even to those open. Like, you can't be like, "Oh, Tom Brady was so great." No,
and then the slide tackle,
bad.
Too. That slide tackle he had after throwing, I think, his only pick. He tried to slide tackle some guy. Yeah, it shows it right here. I don't think we can show it because NFL copyright laws will hunt us down like the IRS, but. Anyway,
that was just sad.
Yep, moving on to our predictions. Honestly, this is kind of a boring page. Let's go back to this. This looks a little better. It's also white. So
we were correct. Me, Lob, you and I were correct in every game except for the Cowboys Tampa Bay.
We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 5 for 6, man. That's pretty good.
Then after
that's a better percentage than the extra points for the Cowboys. Oh, Brent Maher. I just also got a notification earlier today that they have signed the kicker off the practice squad. And the current theory is that if Maher misses a kick,
he's not going to miss again.
It's a Cowboys.
Good.
That's what people said. 4 extra points in, and they were just like, "Oh, he's not going to miss. Oh, he's not going to miss a third. Oh, a 4. Oh, damn.
What are we doing?"
Hey, he made the 5th one after that. All right, something mechanically was probably broken.
What's funny? Eli's face was even better. He was like excitement and then just sheer horror and Eli's face.
I still love the one. I think it was the Manicast episode last year where they had Snoop Dogg on, and then Snoop Dogg had sent Eli something, and the entire time Eli was just on the couch, just like
his dirt face. The dirt face.
Yeah.
I hated Eli as a player, but I do love him on Manicast. I will say that.
Yeah, he's funny. that it's so off the rails. But anyway, let's get to our predictions for. We'll predict this upcoming round, and then also say what this upcoming playoffs will hold. Let's start with Kansas City, Jacksonville. We're not keeping scores for any of these, but I did the full season predictions, which your boy won. Hold the L, Mamba.
Okay. I'm not holding your L. Fuck off.
Masson was riding the tank bowl for the entirety of that.
Well, no, I wasn't. I was close.
But yeah, Kansas City, Jacksonville. It's in Kansas City. It's a Jacksonville defense that the economy looks better than they do right now. Yeah. I'm taking Kansas City in this one. I would say decently big. I would expect maybe a 14-point differential in this one. I'll take Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't see Doug Peterson.
Wait.
Kansas City.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Andy Reid. No. Remember this. Andy Reid coming off a bye. He has been Peterson. He's undefeated against Peterson.
Saturday. What does that have to do?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my God!
Lost.
No.
On a Saturday?
No. Okay, so you're going to have the Andy Reid.
Dude.
Okay,
He said 2 years.
Okay. Oh God. Trevor Lawrence not losing on Saturday. Andy Reid has basically undefeated after a bye.
Would be a tie.
And has not lost against Doug Peterson.
There's no way
it's going to be a tie.
Beat the Chiefs. If the Jags beat
it's
going to
be a tie. The game's never going to end.
But
this is how NFL ends. It's just going to be constantly played. They can't continue the season. It's just going to go into billions of overtimes.
Jacksonville will end up in the water. Like sea level rise will rise to them.
Oh my God.
There's no fucking way. You're holding your pick. You said Kansas City.
I know.
You can't change it.
I will take Kansas City, but I want Jacksonville to win. I'm tired of seeing Patrick Mahomes and his little little passing. Ooh, look at this! And woo. Like, no, I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing Patrick Mahomes.
You're just jealous you can't do that shit.
My quarterback can
You're
do that and better.
Jealous.
Joe Burrow can do much better than Patrick Mahomes. But I am.
All right, give me Kansas City as well. I can't see Jacksonville winning this at all. Against the number 1 seed, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce.
I had to go with Kansas City because it's after a bye week. Andy Reid's basically undefeated after a bye week.
Yeah, he had his cheeseburgers. That's for damn sure.
Yep.
Next up, Bengals, Bills in East Rutherford. No, not East Rutherford. What am I saying? It's in Orchard Park, up in the frozen tundra. Both of these teams are coming off of shitty games. They both played horrible. Bengals getting the win by 7 at home against the Ravens. The Bills getting a win by 3 at home against the Dolphins. Call me a homer. I'm taking the Bengals. I think that the biggest issue they have right now is their pass blocking because of the people they have out. But again, no Von Miller. So the pass rush for the Bills is going to be very, very stunted. So I think the Bengals will be able to pull away without having to worry too much about over protection of Joe Burrow. We'll protect him just fine, I think, with who we have and the ability we have to hit our receivers. And I think our defense is set up a lot better to defend against the pass. And the Bills can't run the ball. All you got to do is contain Josh Allen, and their run game's basically stopped. We just really need Trey Henderson and Sam Hubbard to get more quarterback pressures because they had very little against the Ravens. So I think the Bengals win that in a close one by 3.
What's the betting line for this?
Ooh, I'll look it up.
Buffalo 5.5.
That's really high.
Honestly, I think this is more of a 50-50 game.
Well, that's the third highest. Eagles are 7.5 over the Giants. Kansas City's 8.5 over the Jags, and the Cowboys are actually the Niners are 4.5 over the Cowboys.
What?
I'm sorry, 4. They're 4 over the Cowboys.
It's sucking Cowboys. It's sucking Dallas's dick. It's just Jerry Jones trying to put his bet in.
Trying to put his massive bet in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Bengals on this one.
I mean, the Bengals were handling the Bills before the DeMar Hamlin injury. The Bengals were handling the Bills. They had stopped them 3 straight times, 2 of which were 3 and outs. The Bengals had 10 points, or about to have 10 points. They were within Evan McPherson's field goal range
Yeah.
when the injury happened.
I mean, I was just watching them play the Dolphins, especially with their backup quarterback Skylar Thompson.
And the
Bengals,
Bengals,
Bills just did not look that impressive.
And that's the thing. Joe Burrows looked fine. He didn't have a great game. Didn't have a horrible game. He just had like a 220 some yards, no interceptions, a touchdown, took 4 sacks. But then Allen went out and threw like 2 picks and 7 sacks and 3 fumbles, and you're like, you kind of want your quarterback to be playing mediocre and not bad at this point in the season.
So, give me the Bengals.
I was on the Bills last week before the games happened. Now I don't know.
It's very 50-50.
It's gonna be a good game.
I'm gonna switch it to Bengals just right now because of that Bills game against Miami. I gotta go. It's gonna be by 3. I think it's gonna be a really close one.
Oh, we're not going by scores, are we?
No, we're just saying.
I didn't say a score or whatever.
That would give us a Chiefs Bengals AFC Championship rematch in Kansas City again. Oh yeah.
Wait, is there no neutral? Oh no, it would.
It's only neutral if the Bills get there, which I don't think anyone wants to see. No one wants to see that. So I think that's another reason why the Bengals will win is the NFL would want them to win, so they don't have to pay a neutral site. Then the next up, we'll do NFC. Eagles, Giants. Eagles have all their run stoppers healthy in the D-line now. I don't think the Giants are going to be able to compete well with this, flying Eagles secondary and a finally healthy Eagles team. So I think I'll take Philly in this by 10. Decent victory.
Yeah, I'll go with Philly. I mean, they got fresher legs right now, especially with that bye week. I can't see the Giants being the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles did it how many times this season? Like 2 or 3 times.
They beat them twice.
Yeah,
they beat them twice. So
yeah,
so they'll do it again.
Please, Jalen Hurts' shoulder be fine. That's my biggest worry. It was still iffy in the last game, but please let it be fine.
Yeah,
Eagles. I'm a homer. I'm admitting it.
I mean,
Eagles.
if you guys
He's gonna get a lot of time to recover.
If you guys get like up enough, honestly, put Gardner Minshew in. He's good enough to not throw the game away.
That's true.
And then next up is you're going to be seeing, God knows how many like highlights and replays and
gonna show Jerry Jones in his box.
No, it's gonna be like the old school, like throwbacks of like the drive and the catch and Jerry Rice's games and Terrell Owens' games and Troy, all the throwbacks up between these two teams, between San Francisco and the Cowboys. You're going to see so much of that in the pregame and stuff like that. It's going to be annoying, but at the same time, I think the Niners are going to come out victorious. It's the Cowboys. They don't do good in situations like this. Also, I don't think they're going to be able to stop the pass rush despite whoever they have. Dak Prescott is terrible under pressure because he's never experienced it, because he has such a good O-line that when it actually comes, he shits himself. And then I think the Niners have way too many targets and way too many options for, the Dallas defense to stop, because Dallas has a good linebackers, a good front D-line, but then their secondary is okay. But I don't think an okay secondary can stop Ayuk, Samuel, Kittle, Juszczyk, McCaffrey, and Purdy. I don't think you're stopping that wave, that onslaught. So I'm going to take the Niners by 5.
Yeah, Niners by 5. I don't think Cowboys are going to win this. They're just so stacked. It's unreal. Even with Brock Purdy, it's nuts. So, San Fran.
I'm going San Fran by 7. My one big thing, Micah Parsons might not be 100%.
I mean,
no one's hurting in that.
No one's ever 100%.
I know, but he was limping at the end of the game.
Yeah,
like you could tell he was hurting. So there goes that. And you're faced against the San Fran O-line. You're not going to put that much pressure on Purdy.
If the Cowboys win, then there's a 100% chance that a team in the Super Bowl will be from the NFC East.
Yeah.
So the NFC East has looked really good this year. They almost put 4 teams in the playoffs, but Ron Rivera decided to shit the bucket. So AFC Championship, in our predictions thus far, if our predictions hold true, it's Kansas City Bengals. We'll predict that. Just talk about what we think will happen there. Kansas City only got worse. Bengals only got better. Why would you expect anything different? Bengals by 10. They go to the Super Bowl back-to-back years. I'm taking, if it's an AFC Championship between the Bengals and Chiefs, I'm taking Bengals.
Yeah, I want to see Bengals again in the Super Bowl. I like to see it. What I think actually is going to be it's Bengals Niners.
I would love that. I want that. I want the Niners.
Yeah.
I want the Niners. I want the Niners.
Maston's going to say probably Bengals Eagles.
I'm trying to think because it's going to depend on how the Bengals play against the Bills and how Kansas City plays. Like I'm
if the Bengals play bad against the Bills and lose, the Bengals won't be in the Super Bowl because they'll lose.
I know, but I'm just saying. Like if the Bengals barely beat the Bills by a fluke, like I don't know. Shit. You know what? I'm just gonna say Kansas City. I might depending on what happens after this week, but right now I'm just gonna have Kansas City in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and the NFC, it's gonna be from our predictions: Eagles, Niners. That's a tough game. That'll be a great game to watch. I think the biggest thing is that the Niners have been great all season in running against anyone, and the Eagles all season have been terrible against stopping the run. Their first loss came against the run-heavy Washington Commanders. I'm taking the Niners. Niners-Bengals Super Bowl for my prediction. Mamba?
Wait, I thought we already said our Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah, you did Niners-Bengals as well.
Yeah.
So, and then Mamba, or Maston, I'm guessing you're doing Eagles-Bengals is for your prediction?
I'm doing Eagles-Chiefs.
Eagles-Chiefs, okay.
Because I had the Chiefs. I'm sorry. I have to stay with the Eagles.
Why the Chiefs?
You're saying for me right now, it could change after once the week happens. It could change
that
for
is
me.
True.
Yeah, the Eagles could, or the Chiefs could lose.
That is true.
They could.
Yeah.
They could.
Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl.
Bro, if the Jaguars beat Kansas City, I'm gonna change mine to Jags San Francisco.
That would be
Doug Peterson's comeback, baby.
Thanks so loud. It's like Mama's not coming back actually, anymore.
No. Sorry. Let me backtrack that. I'm gonna do Jags Eagles because it's gonna be Doug Peterson versus the Eagles.
Oh my god!
See who the real good coach is.
Yeah.
And Eagles.
Some funny matchups I think to see were if out of these remaining 8 teams is if the Jags and Giants Jags Giants would be hilarious. No one would know what to think.
Fucking Christ!
San Francisco and the Bengals would be amazing because
imagine
that'd be a good one. That'd be good.
That's a rematch because the 2 times the Bengals lost in the Super Bowl before last season were both to Joe Montana's Niners. Bills playing the Cowboys would be one of the great ones because the 4 times the Bills have gone to the Super Bowl, I think 2 times have been against the Cowboys.
2 straight. It was 2 straight.
Yeah. Were they all against? It was Cowboys.
It was all against Cowboys, Washington, Giants.
So Giants or Cowboys, Bills can get their revenge and finally get a Super Bowl. Then the
if it's Bills Eagles party fucking night.
Imagine the NFC Championship game is the New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys.
Fuck, I would hate myself.
Oh my god.
Put me on like
so
fucking
funny.
watch of drinking, okay? I downed 3 12-packs last week and a 24-pack. I'm going down 4 24-packs in that week.
Your liver is crying.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Oh, is it this week is 2 Saturday games, 2 Sunday games, right?
Yes.
No more Mondays?
No more Mondays.
Thank God.
Thank God.
We don't have to go to ESPN. Oh, Thank the Lord.
Stupid
No.
ass super wild card is so bullshit. Why do they call it fucking?
But then, yeah,
Fuck
I think
17.
the other one is the United States infrastructure, which they can't handle it. Would be Eagles Bills.
Party all night.
Yeah, that would be. I think honestly, the best thing
That'd
for
be
that game is to
nuts.
start the tailgate before the game by a week.
By a week.
Yeah, and just let everyone go crazy.
Oh no! If the
my
Eagles
God.
make it to a Super Bowl, I'm calling out my boss. Be like, hey, you won't see me on Monday.
I think
I
everyone.
did that
No
when
one's
the Eagles
going in.
won. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl in 2017, I was like, yeah, I'm not coming in that
I
Monday.
mean, if the Bengals win, I'm driving back to Cincinnati to be to witness the parade.
Oh, you're closer there anyway. So
I mean, I'm like
Yeah,
I'm like 4 hours.
He's in Indy.
I'm
Yeah.
north of Indy. I'm in Fort Wayne.
for
I'm
me,
north.
it's about 10 hours
Yeah.
because fuck DC traffic. God damn it.
Yeah. So I think those are the matches we predicted. Those are the games we predicted. And this is all the football we got left. Enjoy it. We're funneling down these teams. It's been a great season so far, and I think it can only get better. So the only other thing I wanted to talk about was something I saw recently, and I'll go to the standings for this just to envision it a little better. There was a press conference Roger Goodell held, and someone had asked about teams in Europe, and he said about making a new division of teams in Europe, which I don't like, first of all.
Wait, so
The
4
way-
European teams?
Um,
Oh
Yeah.
no, oh wait.
A new division of all European teams.
So you would need a shit ton because there's 4 subdivisions in a division, no?
I think how it would work is that you would you have to make a new division, but then you would add 4 teams to a division. So let's say I think the best is you take the AFC East. You keep Buffalo and let's say New England just for shits and giggles in there, and then you throw Miami and New York into the NFC. And then you restructure all the divisions to have you throw Miami, New England,
But all the history.
yeah.
I mean, the only one you could really change out of that has no history is AFC South.
That is true.
Like for AFC East, all those teams would actually say no. They want to face against each other just to.
But
Yeah.
Damn.
It would be adding. See if I can find it. It was a video
Just make
that I
a
saw.
fucking. Just make a European league. Like that's all. Why put in NFL?
Because they did a European league before and it
Money.
flopped. It flopped.
Because-
Oh yeah.
I mean, like I will admit, Germany is the one that is the most passionate about. If you look, like the one game that they had in Berlin, or well, no,
Yeah, when
where
they're all
did they have
singing "Country Roads, Take Me Home."
I mean, they were nuts.
Yeah, no, they were nuts.
But
Okay, so here's how it would work. There are 8 divisions, 4 teams in each division, right? What would happen is that you would take those remaining 2 divisions. So you would take, let's say, the AFC South and another division like the NFC South, and you would move 2 teams. I'm gonna figure this out. You would move. Okay, hold on. I'm actually we're going to play this because this guy explains it a lot better than I can. So I'm going to post this in this little
in the
Discord chat, and I am going to pull it
God.
up. Give me 1 second. Sorry, this is like a last minute thing that I saw. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but
What was the video?
Sneakily dropped
Yeah.
a massive.
Wait, yeah, pull this up.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know how they would integrate it into the existing structure that I have. It's not like NBA's where like they can be a little bit flexible with the
Or
amount
even
of teams
NHL.
in. Oh yeah, that's true. NHL. I don't know.
Even though they did something stupid in
other, like,
even though they did something
regions.
stupid in NHL, they split Detroit and Chicago away from each other to do two different conferences. They fucking hate each other. That should have kept in the same division at least for NHL. But no, let's split Detroit and Chicago. That was so dumb. All because Atlanta went back to Winnipeg.
Here we go. All right. Here's the video just so you guys can hear it.
NFL sneakily dropped a massive hint about its expansion plan. The plan includes 4 new teams. Instead of 8 divisions of 4, the NFL would shift to 6 divisions of 6. For example, in the AFC, 2 of the current teams have to shift to the NFC to make room for 4 new teams who would all be in Europe. Don't believe me? Listen to Goodell.
We've got games alternating between Munich and Frankfurt. We used to ask for a franchise. Can we please have a division?
That's part of what we're doing, right? We're trying to sort of see, could you have multiple locations in Europe where you could have it, an NFL franchise? Because it would be easier as a division.
Now, a plan like this comes with a long list of hurdles, so I made the trip to Europe and investigated what the NFL feels like abroad. I have the full story of how the NFL actually tried this before. Link in bio for the best.
Yep. So
wait.
You would move 2 teams.
6
you would
teams.
You would have to restructure the divisions. Let me see.
You would have 2 European teams. You're saying, and you move 2 teams from, say, a division. Make, like, the AFC South only have 3 divisions with 6 teams within, and same goes with the NFC. Right.
So they're moving 2 AFC teams to the NFC, and then adding 4
tier
teams
list.
from.
Bro, it's not gonna work with a tier list, dude.
No, it will. So what it's saying is that if we can just edit these and we can say,
just do the AFC. Let's just
AFC North, and then there's the
AFC East. So
South,
AFC East, and then AFC West. Because it's going to be 6 divisions, apparently.
NFC North, and then there's also the
NFC East, NFC South, NFC West.
NFC South, then the NFC East, and then the NFC West. Okay. Bengals, Browns, Ravens, East, NFC North, AFC South, South, North, NFC South,
East.
East. Whoops. Then that's West.
The East, I forgot.
AFC, Kansas City, AFC West. And then Cardinals, NFC West.
Got those 2 West mixed up. Then this is East. North, NFC South,
Saints.
West. Yeah, you get that. Yeah. West, East.
Okay.
West.
So what they were saying is, to visualize this, you have to restructure into 6 divisions. So we would have to get rid of basically 2 divisions. So basically the AFC South is the most.
Okay, so let's say move the Houston Texans somewhere.
I'm moving to the East because they're in the same state. There's the Battle of Texas twice a year. Boom. Then I would also move.
No, I'll put an NFC South. Dude, that's a southern state. Come on.
No, you put this in the NFC South. That's another Florida team.
You got
fine. Okay.
Yeah. You got that. And then I would move the Colts to the AFC North. They're
Tennessee
in this region.
to AFC East. They're more
Nashville.
east than north. They're east more than north.
They're more east. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're more east
More
than
east.
north.
That makes sense. Drop them east. You bitch.
Well, yeah, no, but here's the thing. I think you'll need to move 2 teams. Well, no, you have to get to 6. So that's
Yeah.
1 gone. So if I delete this row,
Well, you're
boom.
adding how many Euro teams are you adding?
4.
2?
And they're making
4.
but I thought they're making their own division of the European.
They talked, yeah. So then if we look at NFC North, none of these teams are really close.
Giants is the only one, and Eagles technically North, but you're gonna fuck up a lot of
I
division
think
rivals.
this.
Who do you put in the NFC North? Maybe the Bengals.
Who?
No, you can't move the Bengals.
You're
Hey,
not
Ohio.
moving.
Okay, the Browns. Move the Browns.
You are not moving in from the AFC North. You're not moving anyone from the NFC East. I'm actually being serious. You're gonna fuck up a lot of rivalries.
I mean, you removed the Texans from AFC to NFC, so.
Well, because who cares about the Texans?
Okay, who cares about
I'm
the
being
Browns?
serious.
You could move the Browns to the NFC North. Like,
No, the Steelers and Ravens want their punchy bags.
Yeah.
man, we'll do the punching for them, okay?
You just have to do like that. But then where did the 4
So
teams come in? It's like if we just do this and then we
But you can't
delete this row,
wait.
you need 6 teams. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there needs to be 6 teams in each division like this.
You can't.
Oh my
wait,
goodness.
what?
Like that's
You would have to
How
restructure
the
so much
fuck
stuff.
would you do that?
it is. Yeah.
It has to be even amount of teams.
Yeah.
Right.
What, Arizona goes back to St. Louis?
Because then what you would do is let's say the AFC East would be the best one to do it in. You would have to remove the Jets, the Dolphins. You would probably move them here. You would move the Jets to the NFC East because they're also New York. And then you would move the Titans. You would move the Titans probably to the AFC North because they're closest. And then you would add 1, 2, 3, 4 European teams here. And then the Cardinals and
You could
Niners,
move the Colts to the north.
the Cali teams play. You would need the Cali teams to stay here, and you would need the North teams. Well, the Cardinals don't. Really
That
fit the
doesn't
North.
make sense. You could put
This is what the video was saying. Because if we look at the video again,
Oh my god! Yeah, pull up the video again. That doesn't make
NFL
They just only
divisions of
they
4.
just only
The
moved
NFL
the
would chip the 6th
Texans
division.
and Jaguars.
see, look at that. You see how it took 2 whole
They
divisions.
Divisions of 4. The NFL would chip the
Look,
6th.
they take
But they
all
didn't-
4 of those teams and they move 8 teams, and we're getting rid of 2 divisions.
Divisions of 6. For example, in the AFC, 2 of the current teams
then
would
you're
shift to
adding-
the NFC to make room for 4 new teams who would all be in Europe.
So you're only moving 2 teams from the AFC to the NFC to make room for 4 teams.
Yeah.
Right, but
You
if they're
did a lot.
switching,
You did a.
but if they're,
you did a
but
lot
if
more
like he
movement than
said,
that.
but look at this last one. He said that they're
it's
switching.
about-
Well, in the AFC, 2 of the current teams. Well, in the AFC.
Yeah,
Well, in the AFC, 2 of the current. Instead of 8 divisions of 4, the NFL would chip the 6 divisions of 6.
6 divisions of 6.
yep.
See, that's gonna even be more fucked up because
And then you have Hamburg, Munich, London, and, Hamburg, Munich, London, and
Wouldn't it? Why would you? Why would you not? Why would you stack all of the European teams onto just AFC? Like, why wouldn't you mix them? Say like
because it's easier for them to travel within their own little group. But then, like, oh my goodness, like the Cardinals,
guess.
like I feel like I've done this pretty well trying to put them in the right areas because you have Florida, Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, and then New Orleans. So those are all kind of
Okay.
close. New York,
But
New York, Virginia, and then Texas, and Philly. So it's all kind of close.
But
And
then so
then
you're gonna have the New
Ohio,
York teams-
Maryland, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
the NFC North makes no
Indianapolis.
sense. I'm already getting triggered
Yeah.
seeing 2
Yeah.
birds in there.
I can't. I don't know where to put these. Where would you?
You have
I'm-
to.
I'm-
No. I'm saying you need to bring the Colts to the NFC North.
I'm getting triggered of fucking
It's
Miami
Indiana,
and the
dude.
Jets leaving the AFC East and having 2 New York teams in the same division. Any unless there's 3 New York teams, there's never 2 in the same division. I'm being serious. In any sport, baseball, Yankees, Mets, different conference, not division, but different conferences. Fucking Islanders was in different divisions.
Do that.
I mean,
you would move the
It
Bills
needs to
to
make
NFC
sense
East.
regionally.
You would move the Bills to NFC East. Well, it does. NFC South makes this makes
The NFC North
the most
makes
sense.
absolutely no sense.
The NFC North, yeah. I don't know where to put a team from the.
Bro,
There's
you need
no
to
one as
move
close
the
to
Colts
Seattle.
down.
No one is
Move-
close to Seattle. No one
the
is close to
closest is
Seattle.
San Fran.
It's
The closest is San Fran.
But you can't throw any more teams in the AFC West. And these are all Cali, well, technically Cali, and then this is Kansas City, and this is
Is there no
Denver.
NFC? Is there no NFC?
So you would
West?
have to do this. You can't do that.
Is there not an NFC West?
No, we had to get rid of it.
Oh,
Remember, because you're moving 8 divisions into 6.
yeah, but you could split. Okay.
Yeah. I'd say the NFC
Okay,
South would be
okay,
more
so
moved than
from-
NFC
okay,
West.
hold on. Wait. No, stop.
Oh my God, that
Back
just
up,
hurts
back
my
up,
eyes. No,
Back
that hurts
up.
my eyes.
Go back.
That hurts.
Stop for a second.
God damn it.
Slow
I'm
down.
chugging this now. That hurts.
Here's what I would do. Kansas City needs to be somewhere. I would probably say NFC North because they're more central to that.
Oh no, they're nowhere close to. They're in
Just-
Kansas City, Missouri. They're in the center of the United States.
Mm.
I need to pull up a map
This-
for y'all geographically challenged.
No. Do not.
Yeah,
You're
but-
talking to Mamba on that one, not me.
Kansas is only 2 states away from Illinois, right?
It's not in Kansas. It's in Missouri.
Yeah, okay, it's in Missouri. Okay. Missouri's right next to Illinois. It's right next to Illinois, for fuck's sakes.
They play in Kansas City, not in Chicago. That's a huge distance.
That's not that big of a distance, dude. There's a bigger gap between fucking Dallas and freaking New York, okay?
So you have to keep the Cali teams together. Cali here,
I say
Cali
keep
here.
the West
And
the
then
West
boom,
Coast teams west.
and then
Yeah.
But then the only
Western
other one
region.
is the only other tough one is Arizona.
Which they can move to St. Louis because fuck
Ooh.
Arizona.
Ooh,
Oh God.
See,
No, you're
I've
making me
been
drink
saying-
even more.
Put the Colts in the NFC North, please.
no,
Yes.
no! Look at this.
Yes.
Look at this. Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Cleveland,
Okay.
and then
Cleveland.
yeah, you have this little
What
region
else?
right here.
Yeah.
and then you also
What
everything
else?
is in this right region,
What else do you have?
and it would go
What-
as
Wait,
far
what
south
else is
as
in the AFC?
yeah. So Cincinnati, Cleveland, Baltimore. This is all close to the Colts. Plus Nashville, Tennessee, and the
I don't know, I
Bengals
drive to
and Tennessee kind of have
I
a
drive to
rivalry budding.
I drive to Indianapolis all the time. It takes 4 hours. It's pretty close.
And you know you're not moving any NFC East team away from each other. You know all those teams want to still stay together.
Right. But then the NFC East, with the teams we would have here, you would have Houston and Dallas. Then you would also have the only issue is then you would go all the way up to New York, all the way down to Maryland,
You
like
have to
Virginia,
break it up.
and then
I-
all the way over to Buffalo.
Here, hold on.
Plus,
I
you
think
also
you have to. You have to. I think you have to move a Northeastern
Do you want me to
team to the.
Hold on.
No. Here, listen. I think. Oh my god! Don't reset it.
I'm duplicating
saying-
it, so we're keeping this one, but I'm showing you this would what it would look like if we just made everything in divisions of 6 and they
Listen.
were geographically linked. If they were
I think you
geographically
need
linked,
to-
and your eyes will hurt with this one. If you're looking at this, these are closest teams to each other here. 1, 2, 3. So like, Detroit, Michigan, Chicago, Indy, and then we need one other team that's close
Green
to here.
Bay.
You mean you want to keep
Green Bay.
Steelers and Ravens away
So
from their
then-
punching bags?
You have this team. You have this here.
We just
New
isolated
York,
Minnesota.
New York, then
I'll
Pennsylvania,
love this, dude. I would love
Pennsylvania,
this.
Maryland, and
Yo,
New
put the
England.
Eagles up there too. You forgot the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles would have to be here. So then we'll have to move these guys down for now. Then you would look at LA,
yeah.
LA, Cali, and
West
then
Coast, West Coast. Yeah, this one's fine.
Okay. And then, so you would want the Texas teams to be playing Arizona because they're all the way out there. So then Florida, 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 South, South. And then this you would have to move down because you want them to be playing Texas teams. Boom.
That's fine. Then you got to just fix something around here.
So,
maybe.
Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota.
Oh my God, you had the Eagles with the Steelers. God damn it! Already the Flyers had to deal with the fucking Penguins. I wish the Pirates and the Heat was in the NL East so we can start beating up the little kid.
Bro, God, only if the fucking Rams didn't move from St. Louis. This would fix all the problems.
You could blame the Cardinals also because they used to be St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, that's true.
These are just outliers right now that I can't find a place for. But like Kansas City is kind of an outlier right now. Who else would go in this really southern division? Tennessee. That's pretty south.
That's
So you're looking here. You got Jacksonville, you got Miami, you got Tampa, you got Atlanta. We took New Orleans and put them in the Texas division because it's a little closer. Then you also got Nashville. Not too far, and Carolina. That's a pretty good just chunk. Just boom. Chunk.
Wait, go back. What if if we need
and
to
then
add
Baltimore and Washington are close to each other. But then if you look Texas, Louisiana, Arizona, then the only other close one would be Kansas City.
Or Denver.
Kansas City and Denver.
But then
But then that really separates this because Cali. Well, let's look at this. Let's go over to the weird part of the United States. So Cali here, Cali, Las Vegas, Seattle here. So you just basically have this region right here. So that kind of excludes Denver. But then Denver and Texas and Kansas should all be together. So you should have the Texas teams. Arizona is kind of in.
So move the Broncos down.
Boom, boom. Here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then the only issue is the fucking Vikings because you can't put another team in the AFC North because they're all close to each other. They're all super close to each other.
Let's just agree because of
so you would have to throw Minnesota in somewhere fucking random. And it would probably end up being
hold on.
It would probably end up being the NFC East, which is
Wait. Let's say you move the Colts somewhere.
What? Mamba, stop suggesting that. Look. Cincinnati, Detroit, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Chicago, Green Bay. Boom. It is a chunk right there.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Detroit, Chicago, Green Bay. It is all Great Lakes. This is the Great Lakes division right here in the top.
Who's close to Minnesota?
Green Bay.
Green Bay is.
That's it. So, but then you would have the European teams would be playing the two teams from near the capital. Baltimore, Maryland, and soon to be Arlington, Virginia. I hate it too. The only team I'm keeping, but like this way, you still keep Green Bay, Chicago, which is the oldest rivalry. You still keep Bengals, Browns. You still keep Eagles. You still keep Eagles and Giants. You still keep Bills and Patriots, as well as Patriots, Jets. You also keep Niners, Raiders, and Seahawks, Cardinals, as well as Niners, Rams. Basically, this almost stays the same. The whole NFC South still the same. You just throw the Jaguars and Titans, and they keep their rivalry there. Then you throw the NFC East, and you have the new Battle of Texas. But then you also have the Kansas City and the Broncos still going against each other. The only issue is that it's just Minnesota. So, but again, that division makes sense because you have Arizona here.
We should try instead of currently we have divisions of 4 teams, which in each one. The proposal is showing less divisions with 6 teams.
Yes,
right?
6 teams. Yeah.
Why don't we try something on here of multiple divisions, like more divisions of 3 teams?
No. You're fucking up more shit right there, dude. It already
It
hurts
could
me.
work.
It already hurts me
Or-
seeing
or-
the Eagles. It hurts me
Yeah,
seeing
it
the
has to be
Eagles and
3
Steelers
or
in the same
5.
fucking division after dealing with the
Can you-
fucking Penguins in
So-
NHL.
Wait. But can you do? Could you do 5 in each division? Hold on. Would that mathematically make sense?
There's 32
No.
teams, and if you add 4, that's 36.
It's 36.
So 36 divided by 5 would be 7.2, so that won't work. But if you take 36
No, it
and
won't.
you divide it by 4, you get 9. That's not good because that's uneven on either side. If you take
Yeah, so you can't
36
do
and divide it
5s.
by 3, that's 12.
Ugh.
12
3
divisions.
12
36
divisions?
divided by 4 doesn't work. 36 divided by 6 is 6. So if you do 3, you need 12. So 1, 2, 3.
Oh my
At
god.
4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
So
3,
basic-
4, 5, 6.
Okay, so then you have to keep Eagles, Giants, Washington as the
But could
same
you
division.
imagine the wild card games, Macedon, dude?
No, the 7 seeds
Yes.
already suck ass.
Dude,
I
that'd
hate
be
seeing
so
the
much
7
fun.
seeds. No,
There'd be,
I hate
there'd
seeing
be
the
more
7
playoff
seeds.
games, dude. What's wrong with
No.
that?
All right, the only time 18 playoffs could work is NBA and NHL. That's it.
I don't know. I
And
would
that's because,
think,
well,
I
for
would
me,
think it'd be
NHL is
cool.
because fucking 8 seeds could actually win the fucking championship. NBA, what's the farthest the 8th seed has gone for fucking NBA?
I mean, the NFL could just say, fuck it, we're not going to have these subdivisions and just put everyone in just AFC, NFC. Go nuts, everyone.
That's awful because
top-
division
top-
play won't matter.
Top whoever. Yeah. I mean,
oh my god, this. Oh god, I thought I was gonna be drinking a lot tonight. You're making me even
division
more
play in
drinking.
the NBA doesn't even
Okay,
matter,
so if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3,
No, that's
4,
Spacer.
5, 6. Yes. So we would need 3 teams in each division, and plus
right.
one of those divisions will be entirely European teams, and
All right.
one will have a European team. In
So
it.
we need
So
one-
we
one
should divide it by the Mississippi, the East and West. Okay.
Okay,
If you're
hold
gonna,
on, I'll
if you're
give you
gonna,
one-
if you
hold on.
you are
Yes,
gonna
yes.
ruin everything, you're gonna ruin everything.
So-
You might as well ruin everything. So
All right, hold on.
the
No, I'm
Ohio
gonna give you one division. I'm gonna give you one division: Eagles, Giants, Commanders.
Yeah.
That's all East of Mississippi.
You're
Eagles,
not.
Giants.
You are not
Commanders.
splitting the Giants and the Eagles.
So, I mean, the Browns
No,
are in
it's
Ohio, but like at the same time, if you're trying to keep this together, you could also keep this together. This has been the AFC North big for you.
Damn.
Yeah.
They're missing their punching bag. They're not gonna be happy.
And then so you could also keep
That's
this
fine.
together for the East
Yeah.
here. And then you would want all of the Cali teams to be together
Teams.
there. And then you would have
We have to move 2 teams to the
This.
AFC.
you would have this
no,
for
you-
one. So this is all east of the Mississippi.
Okay.
So that means this is west of Mississippi. This is west of Mississippi. This is west of Mississippi. West.
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 Arizona's west.
Yep.
Well, you
I
check
think that's
down
all
below.
the west.
There's one there, and then the Florida fun box.
Vikings.
The Florida fun
Also,
box.
you got Carolina.
Oh,
you
shit,
know,
never
you
mind.
fucked up by Carolina and Atlanta. They're east of Mississippi,
Mm,
and Minnesota.
I don't think you're
is
gonna
that
do
weird.
doing it by the Mississippi's not gonna work.
right, but doing it somewhat by the Mississippi kind of works to start, but then also like the South, so there could
You
be.
could just do it based off of region, like regionally.
yeah. Well, this is kind of already regionally.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
The Saints are in the
Lakes.
east. They're not to the west.
the Saints are on the
What?
Mississippi.
No. I'm not saying
Boom, right
I'm
there.
Not saying no. I'm not saying doing east and west based off of the Mississippi. I'm saying use like some arbitrary like.
Right,
east,
so
west
we're
thing
trying
that-
to
that
keep we're
fits.
trying to keep the division rivals alive. Okay, so we have
Which
the
is already gonna
AFC
be
North.
fucked up with 3
Well,
times.
the
with 3
AFC
teams.
North is kind of together. The AFC East kind of together. This is the Florida fun box. Okay, so just then you have Giants,
The
Eagles,
NFC East old timers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you
Then
need
you
to
have
throw away.
Bears.
Hold on. I
Like-
think you need to throw away east and west, and it's just NFC.
Well,
AFC.
I just kind of
You
use that
just
to
have to know.
kind of separate it to start.
Okay,
But
that
then,
makes sense.
but then
just
I
keep
think the best thing you can have here,
yeah.
Battle of Texas here, and then
Yeah.
you would have to add in a team from close
Las
by.
Vegas. Just put Las
Lots of-
Vegas into Texas because
No.
fuck it.
No,
I think Arizona's the
scroll,
closest.
Wait, scroll up. Who?
No, none of these teams are close enough. This is the closest
Okay.
team, Arizona, or you'd have to go up to Denver. But
Oh
then
no, you could do
Cali,
Kansas.
Cali. Well, no, Cali and Denver are
Okay.
closer, and they have a history.
And then, okay, now here's the fucked up part. The European teams, where are they going?
You would have 3 teams in their own division here, in this one. So 3 Euros here, and then you would have what looks like the Misfits.
So you're gonna
Vegas,
have them go
Vegas,
far
Seattle,
West Coast.
and London.
No.
So you're basically
No.
having them go far
You don't have
West
to add
Coast.
4 Euro. You don't have to add 4 Euro teams. Add
That's
3
what they're
Euro
doing.
teams and 1 Mexican team or 1 Canadian team.
No, they said Euro. They said
They want
4
European.
Euro.
But
They don't
why
want.
not?
Canada already has a football league.
Why
It's
not?
overly
They
popular.
already have CFL, and I don't
Uh.
think Mexico's gonna have the infrastructure.
Why not?
You
Why
want-
not
you wanna,
a Mexico
You want to put a
City
team in
team?
Mexico with a cartel right now? Fuck no.
Bro, they played games this year in Mexico City.
Yeah,
For
they're about to
one
cancel.
day.
They are about to cancel the World Cup, like stuff for Mexico if the cartel stuff continues. That's an actual talk that's
Really?
going on in the
Oh,
FIFA
actually,
right now. Yeah.
No,
Oh, I actually did not know about that one.
So-
So I don't give a fuck about FIFA anyway. So
I'm really me neither. Like that's a little closer, and then that's a little closer.
well, fuck Goodell and his fucking European teams. God damn it.
And then you would have one team playing Atlanta and Carolina, and then 3 of them by themselves. And then this division's just crazy.
Bro,
Kansas
I would
City and
say
Denver
just
close, but
keep-
Minnesota.
I would say Goodell should start with 1 Euro team.
Wait.
Dude,
Uh-oh, what are
wait.
you doing?
Wait.
are you playing?
Wait. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no one cares about the AFC.
You know how
South,
bad
so-
this division sucks? The Lions, the Colts, and the Browns.
Who would make into the playoffs every year
Oh my god.
out of those 3? Probably the Lions.
Maybe the Colts. Well, no, not even the Colts. Oh my god.
I mean, this could work. You had 3 Euro teams and then maybe a 4th of something. I don't know. Maybe
Okay,
a
but like
4th
this
regional
so
team
we've
here.
kind of preserved we've preserved rivalries here, they're close.
Yeah, no,
we
dude,
preserved
that- wait,
rivalries
wait,
here,
wait.
they're close. This is a Florida section. This is preserved rivalries for the NFC East. This is preserved rivalries for the NFC North. This one is just close teams. This one, these are 2 rivals that will have a European team added. This division,
No.
we can't do anything
No.
about.
You do this. Add 3 European teams and have 1 North American team added somewhere.
Where?
So Muzzy, when you watch this, please try us be fucking dumbasses.
Alabama, baby. You need a
Alabama.
Yo,
Alabama
Auburn,
NFL team, dude.
You know, Alabama University and Auburn would say no. You
What?
know,
Their games are on
It's
a
the
Saturday.
NCAA. Who do they
Yeah.
care?
They don't care.
Who
They don't
care?
care. You do not want a fucking NFL team. They'll deal
Dude,
with
that's a
like
big-
USFL or XFL.
Imagine
Alabama's
a kid goes to Alabama, is an Alabama kid from Mobile, right? And gets drafted by this Alabama team, and now he's this hometown kid like Joe Burrow is for the Bengals. Like that'd be great for Alabama. And they have a huge pull for them in the XFL.
Are you
and
able
stuff
to
like that.
add like squares?
No, but it would go right here. They would be playing a Georgia team, and they would be playing a Carolina team. They would
Like
go right
that
here,
would
and
be
then-
smart. Add an Alabama team and then add your 3 Euro teams in there.
The biggest issue, though, is this division. That's Vegas, Seattle, which are kind of close, but then Arizona. That's the entirety, the north-south.
Yeah, who
United
gives a
States.
fuck of them?
But then you have like the Texarkana line. Like this is the Texarkana. This is Texarkana.
The Texaco Bowl.
This hurts. This hurts.
This is Cali. This is just
Yeah, actually, the Saints playing Texan teams.
the
Kind of
midline. This is literally the midline because this is
It feels weird, even though
No,
they're
actually, no, it's
actually
Denver,
really close.
Kansas City, Nashville.
Yeah.
Boom, midline.
Well, it feels weird because we're used to Saints, Falcons, and all
That's
that
true.
shit. But
The midline.
Please draw us as dumbasses, Muzzy. I know you want to.
Rust Bowl, yes. Old NFC North. That's old
OG.
NFC East.
Well, no, old NFC East was Eagles, Giants, Washington. That's the OG.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Basically New York.
York. Honestly, I think this works. You add an Alabama team to the South, right? You
But
add
they
your
want
Euro.
Europeans. They want 4 European teams.
Bro, you don't need.
They don't have the infrastructure. Munich, Berlin, London, Mobile, Alabama. Boom. Or Birmingham, Alabama. Done.
Okay. No, listen. If they want to add 4 European teams, which locations would they be? You have
Here it
Germany,
said
right?
Munich,
We're going across.
London,
So you get London,
Munich, Berlin,
Munich.
Berlin,
maybe
Munich.
Birmingham
Munich,
or
really?
Edinburgh.
You think Germany needs 2 teams? Okay,
They love
let's
it.
say
They
Munich.
love it.
Germany, they love it.
Germany's
They love
also
it.
pretty sizable. So you can have a team in the
London,
north and the south.
Berlin,
Manchester.
No, one team in England's all they
No.
need. They're gonna go.
Really?
Well,
Yeah, they don't need 2 teams.
Dublin. It can't go wrong. England versus Ireland. It won't be racist. It won't be racist. It won't ending with bombings.
No.
You're fucking. Oh god.
The Troubles Bowl. Oh boy.
So realistically, there isn't a 4th team really needed for the EuroLeague.
But they want 4. That's actually what was said.
Because that's the
They want
current
4.
division size.
Yeah, they want 4 because of the current division size. But if you go with my idea with 3 teams per division,
This one also kind of makes sense. These are all related
Wow.
teams. See? It's Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, Wisconsin, and
but
New York,
just randomly shoving
New York,
4 teams into
Philadelphia.
one.
This is New York,
Tennessee.
New York, and then you have Pennsylvania, and then Boston, Maryland, Massachusetts, and then Cali,
New
Vegas,
Oh my god! Wait,
Seattle,
I just
Arizona.
thought of an idea, bro. Bring a British team into New England's league. You get the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah. You need to be the London Redcoats versus New England Patriots.
Seeing the Eagles,
Yeah.
It hurts seeing the Eagles and Steelers in the same fucking division have to do with the fucking Penguins for hockey.
Dude,
this
the
matchup
New
is
England Patriots
insane.
versus the New England Patriots versus the London Red Jackets.
I just said that.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear you.
I was thinking piss, so I didn't hear.
No, but and then you have Cali, Vegas, Seattle, Arizona. Those are all kind of close. Then you have 2 teams that are really close to each other. Baltimore is in Maryland, and then this team's about to be in Northern Virginia. Then you have Florida, Nashville, Carolina, and Georgia. And then Texas, Louisiana, Denver, Kansas City, Missouri, and then this is just the one fuck left out, which is Minnesota. But this is geographically like the best grouping you can possibly do, I think.
This hurts me being drunk. I wonder how much it hurts when I'm sober.
I think we're over the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, we are at 2 hours and 3 minutes. We're gonna call it. This is not going to end. This is just going to end with us being.
I want to hear Muzzy think of an idea.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
let's get some Muzzy on this.
Yeah,
please.
let's
Muzzy,
get some comments. What you guys think about the
Some
change
Muzzy art,
divisions
come on.
and the areas that you
Fuck
think?
you, Goodell. Fuck
Yeah.
you, Goodell.
To be honest, I don't think any of us want European teams. I don't think it'll work.
No.
The
Just
London
have its
Redcoats versus the
fucking
New
league.
England Patriots.
Or just move Washington to Munich. Move the Commanders.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Commies. Move
I
the
want a
commies
punchy
to
bag.
Germany.
I want a
They could be a punching bag, and
Hmm.
you get to fly across the Atlantic to do it.
I don't want to deal with that shit.
You have to wake up at 9 a.m. for games.
I remember
Fuck
when
that.
there was a.
Fuck that.
Oh
Never mind,
man.
actually, I'm not even gonna go there.
Okay. Well, Anyway, this has been a fun and eventful episode of speculatory football as well as playoff football. Enjoy the games. Again, you have 2 games coming up on Saturday. Let me go for the schedule just so you guys know. 4:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC, Jaguars Chiefs, followed on Fox by Giants Eagles at 8:15. Then Sunday, January 22nd, 2023, Bengals Bills, 3 p.m. on CBS, and then followed that up on Fox, 6:30 Cowboys 49ers. As always, please enjoy football, enjoy those around you, have fun, and run the damn football. Have a good night.